Hello my friends and welcome back to the Scott Re Project. And today we are going to be doing something a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Mad, I think. What we have here is a Muntjac deer, and to my friends across the pond, no, this ain't no dog, this ain't no hare. This is a Muntjac deer. Look up there, you'll see the spelling. Muntjac is one of the smallest breeds of deer we have over here in the UK. Nevertheless, I think one of the tastiest. So he phones me up, he says, Scott, do you want this Muntjac deer? It's absolutely perfect, a clean kill. I mean, it's absolutely immaculate. I don't know if you can see in there. It's beautiful. Now, I have got plenty of deer butchery videos already on my channel, so I thought I want to do something a bit different. I want to try something I've never tried before. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and bone this whole thing out and keep it whole and then stuff it and roll it. I think it'd be great on the barbie or a grill, whatever. If I could pull this off, it's going to be awesome. So I'm going to get the block set up and we're going to do this. In the meantime, may have me a flagon of cider. So before we start this video, I just want you to check out my beautiful vintage sign. That's an original sign from about 1920s, 1930s. It's fantastic, isn't it? You know the drill, folks. There is only one mustard. Right, here endeth the sermon. Let's get on with this bad boy. Okay then, my friends. This is an experiment. I have never tried this before, but I can't see any reason why it won't work if we completely debone it. But it is a bit thin in places. The carcass, you can see the ribs through there, so I've got to be careful, and obviously on the loin or the back strap. But I'm thinking completely bone it, stuff it, we'll have one long tube of venison. But you know, this would look great on a spit, or how they do it in Argentina, like a big fire, you know, and they pin it out on a wooden frame and just sit in front of the fire and go for it. But we're going to go for it, and like any experiment in England starts with a cup of tea. So let's do this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the sound off, play a little bit of music in the background, and you can watch me bone this bad boy. Here we go. Friends, there is the finished article, and what a lump of meat that is. Rather tricky, obviously, with this being a Muntjac. Like I said, one of the smallest deer we have here in the UK. They're super lean. There really isn't a lot of meat in them. As you saw when I started butchering, some of the ribs were actually proud. There was no covering of skin on them. But that is the nature of the beast. That is almost nearly fully grown. That's what you're going to get. So you could see there was a few bits where I boned it and some of the skin was missing. And the first thing I thought I'd do was I'd do it in one long tube. Couldn't be done. You know, it was too thin one end and too thick the other end. So what I went for in the end was obviously I stuffed it, which it needs, because these are athletes. These are like supermodels. They're in a lot of meat on these bad boys. You know what I mean? So some sausage meat through the middle to lubricate it from inside. And then some bacon on the top to obviously lubricate it on the outside. Keep it all together. Question is, did it work? Am I happy with that? I mean, I think it looks cool. It's something different. Do I suggest you do it? If you feel confident enough, just give it a go. But that would look ace, wouldn't it? If you had a barbecue or a smoker, get that in there and just let it tick over for hours, would be lovely. So yeah, I thought it worked. I know I don't sound very convinced, but as an experiment, as a bit of fun, I think it looks awesome. So if you've liked what you've seen here today on the Scott Rea Project, be sure to click subscribe button. I'm not very far away on my 100,000 subscribers. And by all means, on the forums out there, guys and girls, the hunt and shooting forums, please leave comments. Let me know what you think. Would you give it a go? Was it worth the time? Was it too much hassle? But to look at it, do you know what? It looks good, doesn't it? Just imagine slicing through that. Get a load of friends round, get a few beers, get this in the smoker, Barbie. What more could you ask for? So, until next time then, thanks for watching. Be sure to find me on my social media, Facebook, Scott Rea, The Scott Rea Project. Also on Twitter at The Scott Rea Project. Right, I'm going to get this on chill now. What I'm going to do with it, I don't know. Maybe cut it in half and share it with me friends. Till next time, take care. See you again.